Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Today, we are going to do a bit of recon, and I want to listen and react to the Swipe Fat podcast. Somebody actually suggested this today on my live stream. As you guys know, I actually like requests and like suggestions. It doesn't mean I'll do it, but I do appreciate ideas always. So, anyways, we're doing it. Basically, is this one the title? I was like, yeah. So I had to listen to it. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Nikki.
I'm Alex. You can't steal my name.
Welcome to Swipe Fat,
Where dating's hard.
but dating when you're fat is even harder.
This one is called The One About Being Intimidating. So I don't know. I wanted to just see because I feel like, I don't know. I'm curious as to what they're going to say. So I feel like I could sometimes be a little bit intimidating. I don't know why I'm like getting all nervous. Like I haven't talked to you guys before. But I feel like sometimes I can be a little bit intimidating. So I want to go ahead and listen to this and see if I can get any advice. Or sometimes if they give horrible advice, then I'll still learn. Okay? So let's do this.
So I got a DM from a mutual of ours
Okay.
who told me that today, this DM happened today, out of the blue, and she said that she turned her best friend onto our podcast, and she was listening to an episode with a dating coach that we had on, who said to delete the apps and ask all your friends to set you up with somebody, which is, I think Date Brazen was Lily's the one who said to do that.
Okay.
Well, her friend did it, and basically her hairdresser set her up with the client's grandson. It was like kismet, and our friend said that they are basically having a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce like love story right now.
I did not plan on Taylor being involved in this, but I'm not a fan of Tavis. That's a minus a point. Minus a point for this podcast. They can't see through Travis. My red flags are going. I have my red jacket here. Red. No. Okay, let's continue.
Damn.
All because of our podcast.
And she's plus size? The girl
I would
who
think
listens?
so.
Okay.
I would think so. That is okay.
So I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Legs is mid. So,
Right.
But either way, she like turned her onto our podcast and she took her advice. Well, Date Brazen's advice.
Yeah, not our advice.
Not our advice. Date Brazen's advice. And now she is on a whirlwind romance. So I love that for her. But then I said, nobody has anybody for me. I said that to
You said that to her? Yeah.
Yeah.
What did
And
she say? Like, I have someone for you?
She said she only knows one single person.
Okay.
And she sent me his page.
And?
He's cute.
Okay.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I feel bad because like I didn't respond to her because I was insanely working.
Pacing, girls. Pacing. Please.
But I need to respond to her.
Dead air.
She goes, oh, and she knew that guy. Okay, even crazier. She goes, I feel like that's the part of the issue is I'm like, will they get along?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want either party to be like, wow, you think we would be a match? How dare you?
Yeah.
Big T trauma. Gotta unpack in therapy for upsetting people.
I have a friend who just got set up by...
I don't know if there was a point there, but I missed it. If there was.
Her hairdresser, which is...
Really? So should I be asking my hairdresser?
Which is kind of ironic, but the date went badly.
Oh. Yeah, so this is the guy. The one single guy she knows.
It's hard to see. You're going to have to forward that to me.
Okay, hold on.
Or take a picture.
Pacing, girls. Pacing. Please pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Of it.
Can I send his account without it?
No, take a picture of
Dying.
it.
This is what the issue I have with these podcasters. Because you guys are like, oh, the podcast, da, da, da. You guys, they put me to sleep. Like, I don't know what is with, you guys are really giving the fat stereotype of having no energy whatsoever. But I'm just like, damn, there is no energy in this podcast. It's like the pulse is 0.
Take a screenshot and
Okay.
just send it to me.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah.
What if
know.
I accidentally liked it?
Okay, I'm gonna text you and then just look up this
Get like
account.
too excited or something.
I know. I feel like I should do it for the plot.
You should do it for the plot. This is like what we've been asking for.
Yeah.
You should absolutely be doing it no matter what.
So I can say, I think I say like, oh, he's really cute,
Oh yeah,
But
he's
does
super
he-
cute.
even like plus size women.
Well, I mean, I guess ask her if he's ever dated someone plus size. He looks like he could be into it.
Yeah, he's got a
You know,
little
like when
meat on
people have a
him.
I'm
vibe.
just like, okay, I genuinely wonder, are there people who listen to this and like find hope? Because I think that that's really sad if that's the case. I know that that's mean, but whatever. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't know you guys anymore. I'm shy tonight, okay? I'm shy. I'm a little shy, but I'm just like, I think it's kind of sad because this is a really horrible first impression.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I feel like people have a vibe and you can like kind of tell. Sometimes it's
No, I don't think so.
you're like, oh whoa, not at all who I would expect you to be into. Case in point would be that time we went to the Chaotic Singles event and I talked to that guy for a while and his type ended up being like Russian women with big noses. That is exactly how
Models. Like
models, yeah, like rail thin, like
Yeah.
his exact description. Okay, that's not me saying it was him.
It was him.
He was like Russian models with like big noses, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was
As
like,
you're,
very
trying to
much
flirt
the
with him,
opposite
and then
of
he
me.
says, and you're like, oh.
He's like, should we wingman each other? And I was like, all right.
That's
Awkward. But, I mean, yeah, these kind of things are awkward.
so
Never-
there's
Never been friend zoned so fast.
so bad. Yeah. So that's my dating update is so finally got offered sort of to set me up. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh, and my one day crushes. If you listen to our Patreon episode, I now have single night crushes.
Correct. Yes.
And I like them.
A lot.
When we went to brunch, I was looking around the bar for my crush,
Day crush.
my day crush, but everybody was married. So
Everyone was married at that.
like
brunch.
married or in a full blown like
Gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. Like, as somebody who has been terminally single, I'll just keep it real for Eric. I know Eric might listen to this, but as somebody who's been single in 30, it can be kind of desolate at times. And I will say, listening to this is single in 30 times 10,000. I'm just going to say it. It's horrifying. I didn't realize I was listening to a horror podcast. I have been watching a lot of horror movies lately, but this is, whoo, man, like I'm starting to get a little sweaty and nervous listening to this, and not in a good way, in a bad way. Holy crap. All right. We should call it Single in 30. That should be what it should be called.
heavily relationship. So
I did notice that as well because
Yeah.
there was one guy I thought was really cute, and I was like, very
ring on the
prominent,
finger.
very prominent ring. It was like
Yeah.
giant ass ring. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Ass ring.
You're
It was a-
taken.
The brunch
Oh.
and the bar we went to after, everybody was taken.
I
Yeah.
literally thought she was saying like a ring on his ass. I was like, what?
Okay,
Or-
so I guess like don't hang out in Logan during lunch hour.
Yeah.
That's not the time to go to Logan Square to meet a husband.
Yeah, or Sunday brunch probably. You know, not the vibe. Everybody is not going to brunch.
I guess.
I'm watching The Mindy Project again.
Okay.
Actually, I have a lot
Okay.
of thoughts.
I feel like I'm listening to some phone call between two friends, and they've already been talking on the phone for like 4 hours, and this is like hour 5. That's what it feels like. This is not a podcast, you guys.
About the Mindy Project now.
Jesus.
This is just coming up, but in the episode Peter, did you
Mhm.
watch he gets with the sex writer, and she's plus size, and she's just like so cool and chill, but he was like, okay, do you want to go to brunch? And she's like, no, I don't like brunch. And he's like, you don't like brunch? Like, he was, because at that time everybody like loved Sunday brunch. It was especially in New York, it was a thing to do. And she's like, I don't do brunch. I feel like it's coming back around of people not doing brunch.
Really?
Who cares? What does this have to do with being intimidating?
Because like drinking in the middle of the day really fucks your whole day.
I feel like it's the best time to drink
But it just ruins your whole like it
because
just
you can get sober.
yeah, but your whole Sunday's gone after that. You know?
Are you talking about your life experience for that day?
I'm not yeah, well that was my experience this Sunday.
Okay.
But I am talking everybody's like not into being hungover the next day, and like it's a
I'm going to have to fast forward, you guys. I'm dying.
whole,
Okay.
you know, there's like
You to Monday to be hungover, you know?
Don't
Yeah.
care.
okay, but back to Mindy Projects.
Okay.
Don't
So,
care.
do you think the Mindy Project would have been as interesting if Mindy Kaling was the size she is now?
No.
No. And how is she finding all these men? She goes back to back to back to back to back to back relationships. She's not single for more than one episode
In the show?
in the show.
Because it's a show, Nikki.
Thank you.
I'm
I was going to say.
just
I
I'm
know,
just saying.
you're acting like these are real Mindy's real boy. She's finding them because it's a TV show and they're written into the script.
I got it. I'm just like I didn't think
She's,
about it.
but also think that her character is 100% delusional.
Yes. Yeah, she's
So I
oh,
think that's where it comes from. It's
Yeah.
this like blind confidence and delusion that she
Nice.
deserves and is worthy of everything that she receives. So I think it's a little bit of that. No?
yes, I think her
Okay.
It's like 30 Rock, like the one,
Going
like,
forward.
but it's because she's like thin and it like look and she's not white
Mhm.
and you know like not what society says is like acceptable, but she's still getting all the things.
Okay, we're going to keep
yeah,
going.
Rob-
it's our-
Problem.
yeah.
But it does feel like you're abandoned
Mm-hmm.
by someone who you felt like was leading the
What?
charge. I've had
Hold up.
issues anytime, and that's my own.
Yeah. It's our,
Problem.
yeah.
But it does feel like
Hold on,
oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and she's not white,
Mhm.
and
We'll just stay
you know,
here.
like, not what
I'm sure you guys wanted to
society
hear that again.
says is like acceptable, but she's still getting all the things.
Which makes me even angrier
Okay.
that she turned on us
Oh, I was like, where are we going with this?
because she gave us hope.
I think that's. I mean, I've had issues anytime, and that's my own.
Yeah. It's our,
Problem.
yeah.
But it
So
does
sad.
feel like you're abandoned
Mm-hmm.
by someone who you felt like was leading the charge.
Yeah.
So anytime something like that happens, you're like, "Fuck! How did we lose another one?"
And I never really felt this way about anybody else until her.
Mm.
Oh,
I think because
gosh.
she was telling stories and she was like giving us hope in the narrative that we could find love. Like she was doing, you know, the cheesy rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
But as a mid-sized girl, I think she gave me hope.
Yeah.
But she has body autonomy and she can do whatever she pleases.
100%. But I
But-
understand where you're coming from.
But it would not be as interesting if she was the tiny lady she is now,
Mm-hmm.
eating her plain salads.
Wow.
Who the fuck brings a salad on a plane?
Don't remember that episode.
No, she in her real life, she's now bringing plain salads.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
I didn't. hear about
Ew. This is
I
so.
followed her. It
Ugh.
was on her
No.
stories. With her child, we don't know the dad of.
that. Right.
Still
I'm
convinced. it's
cringing
BJ.
so hard.
I think everyone feels that
Yeah.
way. She
I
has
hope
2
it-
kids.
Yeah, I hope BJ Novak's the sperm donor. That'd be great.
I feel like she probably just used a random. No.
Yeah. I don't know, but for the plot, for the
Oh
storyline,
my
know,
gosh,
Yeah.
girl.
best friends.
Nothing ever happened again.
Can we get to the point?
Mm-hmm.
background TV?
Yeah. No, I need
Point.
complete silence and darkness.
Yes.
Don't really.
Point.
I was
Yeah.
honestly surprised how good they taste, but they're fresh, never frozen meals, and they're ready in
Oh,
2
of
minutes.
course,
No
'cause
matter
it's
how
an
busy you
ad.
are.
Meal prepping is out or cook.
At Factor TV. I went on a date recently. That was such a fake gasp. Like you don't know.
Oh man, the pace, you guys. Wow.
It felt right in the moment,
And so I've been on a few dates with this one guy, but recently, and it's like he said this in like the nicest way possible, but it still irked me. Where he was like, "You're intimidating." And
Okay.
just, like,
Did he mean it as a compliment?
yeah,
To be fair, in my opinion, I think somebody would have to have a pulse to be intimidating. That's my perspective. But okay, whatever, dude.
he was trying to be like, I'm less nervous now that the date's going on because like you intimidate me, and like I was like nervous, and it's because you're so like pretty and like confident, like saying all the things, the nice stuff where you're like, oh yeah, that's nice, but it's like a trigger word for sure.
You would never say like a guy is intimidating.
What? I say that all the time. I've heard a lot of girls say that. Whatever. That is so stupid.
Right.
Like if
Stupid.
he was like, you're so pretty and like put together, blah blah blah. Like we'd just be like, I don't even know what word we would use for him, but we wouldn't be like, he's good looking and has a good job. It's intimidating. We're
I
like,
don't even think like, I mean,
To me, somebody's intimidating if they're like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like obvious with a guy. A guy can be physically intimidating. A guy could be financially intimidating. Like those are more of those types of tropes. Or maybe he's very intelligent, or you could talk to a guy that's smarter than you. It makes you feel dumb, or something like that. Like that's a way of being intimidating. I can't even talk. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, ooh. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like there's definitely ways. It can also be intimidating if a lot of people like that guy. That's intimidating. I mean, it kind of goes both ways. It can be the same thing for girls too. So it's like, I think girls could be more intimidating if they just, it's like they know what they want. They're very like, some women are very career oriented, for example, or just all these different things. Or you can be emotionally intimidating, which that's a different thing too. I mean, there's different ways to be intimidating. I don't know. It's like kind of obvious. To be honest, to me, it's so obvious. It's almost pedestrian just to even question it. But okay, sure. Nobody would ever say a guy is intimidating, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
he has an interesting, I don't think it's even the job stuff. Like I think there's like literally for him, he's just saying like, I think they're trying in a way to be like, I think you're like too good for me.
Yeah, but it's like what that word intimidate, because we wouldn't use that word. I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out what
Oh,
word we would use for
I
a
think we
guy.
would just say that like we were nervous and now we like
Okay.
are comfortable,
Yes.
because I don't think we would play our cards that. First of all, men need to stop saying that shit. It's just annoying, but also like almost you played your cards too much. Like you could have just not told me.
Did it give you
I agree. You probably wouldn't say it to the guy, but you'd say it to your friend about a guy. It'd be that kind of thing.
the ick at all?
Didn't give me the ick. I was like, I just said like maybe we use a different word. I don't really like that word. And he was like,
Ew.
yeah.
Gross. I would hate to hear that on a date. I would be so grossed out. Ugh. That's so awkward. Like, way to make it so stilted.
Sorry, like, and then he corrected it, but I don't remember what word he used instead. But he was like, I'm not, because it does take me back to like,
I would just be, somebody told me that I was intimidating. I'd be like, I kind of understand. But I'd be like, I get it, but I also don't. Because that's how I would feel. I'm like, I understand why people would be intimidated, but I also don't understand. It's like a very half thing. But I don't know. That's what I would say, probably in response. But I don't see it as an insult. I see it as like, it's like you're a formidable person. You are somebody that I want to like me. So why wouldn't I want to hear something like that? Or, why would that be a bad thing? Especially if I like the person. I'd be like, no, I'm just kidding. But I'd be like, I get it, but I also don't. Because knowing me, I'd be like, but look at you, kind of thing. That's what I'd be thinking at least. But again, maybe I'm intimidating because I know what I want. Just kidding. Okay, let's continue.
dating other people who have said they're intimidated for reasons that like are.
I'm intimidated because you're so fat. I'm intimidated at the thought of having sex with you if you're fat. Is that what she's thinking?
Not really a compliment, where they're like, I don't make as much money as you. And you're kind of like, well, why does that fucking matter?
Yeah.
Or like, your friends all make a lot of money. So why? I don't want to hang out with them because it's intimidating. It's sort of like, okay, but those are like all things that you need to focus on in yourself. And I think for me, that's like a red flag, right? Like if you're saying that to me.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. I think it's just, you don't want to have absolutely no confidence. And I would say, in my opinion, I wouldn't like it if somebody was intimidated by me for things that don't have to do with me. That would be like, oh, because it's like, I don't know. I don't like that. So I wouldn't like that either. So I can understand
that standpoint, then like this probably isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're saying it because you're saying like you were nervous to see me because you think I'm pretty and you have a good time with me, and that's like there's like a lot of stress to that because you're like you feel like you're gonna fuck it up.
Or pressure.
Yeah.
Stress feels just as bad as intimidating.
Like anxiety.
Yeah, you're nervy.
Yeah.
You got the butterflies.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. Or you're kind of like, oh, I like you. So
Yeah.
it's like scary. But I just really hate the intimidating thing.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
get
like,
that a lot.
Yeah, I know you do, and I know we both do, but it's like we get that, and it just feels like what I hear from that is like you want me to be smaller, and I don't.
Oh my gosh, that is cheesy. Oh, ooh, that's corny. Ooh, no. I wouldn't get that from that. Like I said, I would get the feeling that you're nervous that you're going to lose me, or you're nervous that I'm going to, talk to someone else or something, which I think that's fine. Like if somebody was intimidated, you know, years into a relationship, that would be a totally different thing. But when you're first meeting somebody, there is a nervousness to it, and that's part of the fun. So who cares, you know? Just lighten up a bit. Now that's probably something that would insult you.
Like that.
Do you think straight size women get told that they're intimidating?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna, I just can't.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Friends of mine do for sure. I think sometimes it's just because you do have resting bitch face. Like, okay, let's say like no, for real. Like if you're at a bar and a guy like comes up to you and he's like, I wasn't going to talk to you cuz you're
For me, I get it. I think part of me I can understand it because I'm very introverted. And so it can be a little hard, you know, because it's like I might not want to talk to you, you know. And there can be a rejection factor, which that's how anybody would feel. But I think when you're very introverted, it's like somebody would feel like they're going to shoot me down, you know, which honestly they might, you know, they might. So there's truth to that. But that's why I always suggest for my introverts to break the ice or like speak now, say something, because we typically have resting bitch face and we typically like are just as not as approachable because you wouldn't be because you naturally don't want people to approach you. So I think I really encourage introverts to show interest and take it at that. And if it goes somewhere, then that's great. If it doesn't, then that's fine too, you know. I know that can be hard for introverts, but I just think it's better because we typically have a crush or we typically have somebody that we like in particular, you know, or like specifically because we don't like everybody, if that makes sense. So I would say like that would be the advice I would give. I don't know if they're introverted or whatever. I don't really know what's going on. Like I said, I couldn't imagine being intimidated by somebody without a pulse, but, you know, okay.
intimidating. That's a little different than like actually knowing you and then saying you're intimidating.
The trick when you're introverted, though, is you can't freak. So you have to know when to play your cards. And that's, I've seen so many introverts fail at dating recently. And it's horrifying because it's really bad. Because as an introvert, you should know when to speak and when to shut up, basically. I know that's pretty vicious, but I'm just keeping it real. It can be really, you know, again, my friend Eric, he a lot of introverts are into him. And he likes introverted guys. And so I've heard some of these guys, they tell him the weirdest stuff. Like they're just like, oh my gosh, you know, I've thought about this forever. And like this one guy told him like, I was bullied in high school and I can't believe you're talking to me right now. And just like stuff like that. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, ugh, like, no, that's a no. Speak not. See, I would never do that, for the record. Because I have introvert risk. I do. So I would never do that. You show interest, but, I mean, you still have to be, you know, stuff needs to be drawn out of you as an introvert. I mean, if it's not, then it's like, then you don't get to know anything, you know? Sorry.
Because like I'll take that. Like, you know, sometimes I have resting bitch face and like, yeah, that can come off as intimidating or like I'm not interested or you don't want to talk to me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
I feel like I've always been told like with people I'm dating that like it's because I come off like super confident.
mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I come off put together
Mm-hmm.
which
Okay.
I think I lead with the parts of me that are,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lead with my shitstorm parts.
Oh
Who does
God.
that?
I think
Who
some
leads?
people do.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you don't need to. No, people don't need to know that parts about me until I start having some like for you. But I think like I've been told because like I come off a certain way at first, and I'm like, okay, because if you knew inside of me, I'm like, I'm scared, like, or I'm nervous to be with you too.
Right.
Like, I want you to like me as much as you want me to like you, and so it's
Mhm.
interesting.
I know, but if you were to break the ice or something, that would be endearing, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me, but I don't know. Whatever, girl. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's working for you to do it a different way, but like, I would tell somebody, like, if somebody told me that they were intimidated by me and I was really into them, I would say, well, I'm intimidated by you too. That's probably what I would say. And that's endearing. So it's like, I don't know. It's especially easy, like if he's saying that first. So I don't know why that's so hard, but whatever.
I like that, he was like nervous.
Hmm.
It's like nice. It's like nice to hear that or
Yeah.
whatever. But I felt like the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Was
felt
it
really.
was it the bottle of shams you had?
No, I was sober.
Oh,
um,
not to give you like false confidence into it.
no, I was definitely sober by the time.
No.
It wasn't until 7.
Oh, okay. So I was asleep while you were going on your date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think like the first time I met him too, it was just like felt really comfortable.
Yeah.
So like I didn't feel like nervous or anything.
Okay.
Um, like at all. It was kind of nice to not.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think there's a difference between being intimidated and being scared as well, because scared is not a good thing. Like, you don't want to feel like legit scared. So it's actually a good thing. Like, to any guys who are listening, if a girl says that she feels comfortable with you, unless she's like super crazy, that's a good sign. That's not a bad sign. And a lot of guys take that as a bad thing, but it's not. It just depends on the girly pop, basically. But I wouldn't automatically see that as a bad thing. But yeah, anyways, sorry.
Like super nervous or whatever. It's
Mhm.
kind of nice as the opposite. Where he
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
I, but yeah, I really hate the intimidating thing because it's like,
Well, then don't be that way. And don't be like, like a guy isn't going to know that you don't like that, you know? So just stop being intimidating. I don't know.
I don't know. To me, it comes
I don't
down to
know.
the success thing, and it's like I can't change, nor do I want to, and I also don't understand why it is so hard for me to have success.
I'm falling asleep, you guys. This is why I struggle with these podcasts. I start to fall asleep. Like, it's bad. They're bad. This is so bad.
Or like when people see my condo or
Mhm.
whatever, that like people get weird about that too.
That's weird. Do you like lead when you open the door? I own this
No, but I mean, like I think,
because it's just like it's a normal apartment.
yeah, even people who've like delivered stuff will be like, "Oh, this place is really nice," and it like
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels like there's this like intimidation factor. Like when I with Guac guy, like Christmas date dude, when I went to see his place, he was like, "It's not as nice as yours," like preempting, and I was like, okay, it was pretty nice. Like you've got like, it's clean, nice furniture. It's like way better than most men's apartments.
I feel like people always like make a like a a comment like when people come over though, like sorry it's such a mess, even though it's like pristine, like kind of thing. Does it like go along with that or different?
No, it was like, just want you to know it's not as nice as
Yeah.
your place. That's
Oh,
you.
being insecure.
Yeah, and showing it, and like that's where it's like,
Okay.
okay, I'm
That's fair.
intimidated. I just don't. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's fair. That's a fair criticism. So, okay.
Have like some more swag,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know?
Mm-hmm. Hide it just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Introvert Rose. Bing.
But I hate that that is the thing that's like off-putting. So I have to have like myself less together for you to like me.
No, that's
I know
terrible.
you just need to like meet a strong person or whatever,
Mhm.
but it's like, where are they? Where are the strong people?
Well, it seems that you might have met one who just used the wrong words.
Yeah.
They also might not be into fat people. I know that's harsh, but I just have to keep it a buck. Sorry.
Okay.
We'll see. It's early
We'll
days.
see. We'll see. Like early.
It's
I'm
early
just
days.
saying, like,
I didn't mean to say that. It's not always the case, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The truth, like, it just like came out. It just all came out. Couldn't help it.
but that also makes me think maybe like some guys are using that word like poorly.
Yeah, I think that if you are using it in a way that like, I'm intimidated by your beauty, that's fine.
Okay. Could have gotten to this point within about 2 minutes, you guys.
By
You as a whole, you
Yeah.
you as a person.
you as a whole, or what I do for work or whatever, that I don't love.
I'm dying.
Do you think there's anything there though of you being hung up by maybe being the more powerful person in the dynamic,
Like, I want to be the powerful one.
but you're a little insecure about that?
I don't think I mean, I think I truly want this equalness where everyone feels, even if they're like, I think it's all perception, because when I was with my partner who didn't have
It just sounds like she doesn't want somebody who's insecure.
like
That's fine.
he thought was enough, I didn't care, and I don't mind. Like, I don't think that made me better than him. You know, like, everyone's at different levels at different times. Like,
That makes sense.
I might lose my job and need you to support me at some point. Like, I think
It's
that there
true.
should be like an equality there of like, hey, I'm gonna need you to like be there for me in many different ways, and
Okay.
like,
That's a fair thing. These are fair things. I'm kind of surprised. I feel like we had to get through a lot of BS to get to something real.
that's how life is. Like, I want you to be an actual partner to me,
True.
and that it shouldn't matter if I have debt or you have debt or like whatever, you know?
So the answer is no.
I don't think so. No. I mean, I don't think I need to have like an upper hand at all.
No, I wasn't asking if if you needed to have the upper hand. I said, does you having the upper hand is there like something a little that makes you insecure about having the upper hand? That's what I was.
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind. As long as they're comfortable with
The
it.
little smirk on her face.
I mean, I
wouldn't
don't care.
mind.
I don't care. But they have to be comfortable in themselves.
Yeah.
And if they're not comfortable in themselves, then it's never going to work.
Mhm.
You know? I actually wouldn't mind being the breadwinner. That's fine with me too. Like, overall, like, you don't want to work, and
No.
well, I mean, there's two sides to every coin, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind. But I also grew up in a very different household, and I think that like, I do think that I mean, like, I'm glad I grew up that way, but I do think it is like made life a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Of seeing that. Yeah.
Where like my parents were true partners, and like, so I think that's what I expect, and that like there's mutual respect. For
that kind of stuff, I mean, that's all personal preference anyways. But that sounds relatively reasonable. I don't think she's saying anything crazy. Gosh. Like I said, it took a long time to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people see dynamics that way.
Yeah, I think so. My parents, my mom and my stepdad, they definitely are partners. And financially, my mom makes more than him, but he's the one who does all the bills, and like he's so good with money and like way different. Um, and they're partners and they do everything together. But there is where my mom takes the emotional, like a lot of emotional labor and does a lot of like the housework, and like they don't like. I think my mom sometimes truly thinks that they are partners, but I'm like sitting back and he's like, well, what do you want me to do for you? Like
Yeah.
in the kitchen, like she needs her to tell her everything to do, or like she cooks all the meals, like, you know, pretty much all the meals. And it's like, it's so not equal, but I don't know if it balances out on the other, you know, with
It
things that I
might,
don't
yeah.
see.
Right.
But like I see it and I was like, and it like annoys me that I've never seen him make a meal like beside like for the family.
Right.
He's great, love him, but like my partner, I want like to also make dinner for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think what they have is like more normal, like the reg now, but it's
Yes.
progressive compared to what it used to be.
Totally, because I think like I've seen it with my friends too.
I just think you don't need to be worrying about what other people are doing. You know, I know that's crazy, but I would just focus on your own stuff because I don't know. I just couldn't even be bothered, honestly. At this point, I just couldn't be like, I don't give a fuck what other people are doing. Like, I care about what I'm doing. So, yeah.
It feels like a lot of the women are the caretakers for the children, even though they are also working full-time jobs that are as hard as their husbands, or you know, partners, you know, like wives, whatever. So it is like, I don't know.
I will say he brings her coffee every single morning, and
Cute.
I will expect that at some point to be brought my coffee.
Yeah, I think it's just like hard to like, I don't know.
To not be so intimidating.
Yeah, so intimidating.
I
Sorry,
think
I'm so beautiful. You can't even look at me.
No, you're just so pretty.
Okay, you guys, I'm dead. So I'm done. I tried really hard with this podcast. Wow, that was wild. I'll definitely have to look for one that's more spicy in the future. But damn, that was pretty snoozy. So let me know what you guys think. Jeez. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.